Hello, and in today's video, I'll be ranking these 3 animation apps. I'll be ranking them for basic, intermediate, and expert. The point of this video is to try to find an animation app to replace iArtBook. The first drawing app is called FlipStudio. It's an animation app that is pretty basic when you see it. It has a lot of important features locked though, which I don't really like, but it has a cute aesthetic vibe. Right off the bat, I noticed that it doesn't have a stabilization tool to stabilize my pen, which I use so much. So right now I was over here looking for that, but I realized it didn't have that feature. Also, I learned that it only has 3 types of brushes, so that's not the best. So I knew I couldn't do anything like extravagant with it. So I just did a basic flower dyeing animation idea for this. So yeah, this, as you can see from the app design and the way the app looks, it's clearly not meant for better animations. This app, you can also do something where you can upload your animations in the app to a little community they have. And right off the bat, when you check out the other animations other people have, their animations aren't very good, clearly explaining the app. So it's not meant for people trying to take animation professionally. But in here, you can see I'm trying to make it look somewhat good, but it's not really working. I was trying to straighten out the bottom, but yeah, that wasn't working either. Also, the layout was really confusing. Like for example, it took me so long to find out how to fill in, because I thought it was called bucket, but it turned out that it was called paint, which I was about to say that the app was good for having a painting mode, but it turns out it was just the bucket. So yeah, that's a new one for me. Now over here, I ran into a super big problem. There was no blending. You couldn't blend. So my closest thing to blending was using the pencil brush. So that was kind of hard, but I literally just fell in love with that brush. Also, another problem was when I was trying to straighten up the bottom of the vase with the ruler, it turned out that you can't erase with the ruler. You can only draw with the ruler, which I found really dumb. If I can draw with the ruler, why can't I erase with the ruler? Now watch me finish shading the vase. Okay, now after shading the vase, everything started going pretty smoothly. I decided to do the same shading technique on the flowers, and I went completely off sketch for the flower part. I just kind of took over my own world. Also, I also found out a little thing that's also cool. With the pencil thing, if you slant your pen, it will also do that too. So that was a feature I really love, so that at least it had that. So I tried to keep the kind of concept of my sketch, but I really changed it up a lot. And for it, when I finish the vase, I duplicate the vase 10 for 10 frames because the vase is going to be still the entire time. As you can see now, I'm making the second moving frame where you can see the flowers are starting to droop a little bit, but they're not fully down. But the face doesn't move at all within this animation, so that's something. So the way this animation was trying to go to work was, I was trying to make it for the first 5 frames the flower was good, but then over time it starts to droop a little bit. This animation, since the animation app wasn't really giving me much to work with, I decided to make it really low frames per second to make it look less bad and rushed. I really did try though with the animation app and stuff. So in the gallery where you're able to upload your animations to, I saw that most of the animations were really poorly animated, which you can't even blame them. The app isn't the best. There were some really good artists on here, but they just couldn't animate much because the app wasn't giving a lot of features out. So yeah, I really feel for them. I mostly commented on them, recommending them some apps like iArtBook, Ibis Paint, because we all know Ibis Paint got a new animation feature. But it's just kind of sad to see these really talented artists stuck with not the best apps.
I've always been so invisible to you, but I'm just waiting on you to pull back the curtains. And I've been standing on the sideline, waiting till the time's right to make you mine. 'Cause ever since the first time you opened up my world, I just can't seem to close my eyes and sleep. I'm locked inside this daydream, don't need any saving. But I need you to wake me up.
And this is our final animation. I think it's safe to say that our app falls under the beginner category. The app is great. It has all the basic things you need for an animation, but it's missing a lot of things that really make an animation app good. So I found this really cool looking tweeting app actually called Pilo Animation Kit. I found it. It looks so cool. It's basically a mixture of Toon Squid, but a little bit more animation into it. Over here you can see I'm just trying to watch a tutorial. I've never heard of this app before. I just saw it and thought it would be a fun thing to try. And the app is super fun. It's super easy and gets to the point really fast. The tutorial is fast and simple. And there's so much fun things you can do in this app. So what I was going for here, I was thinking to do, because this app has an entire space theme, so I was thinking to do a kitty and a space ship, and then the moon and some stars. That was what I was thinking to do. So here I'm just trying to draw the kitty, which took some time because for some weird reason all of these apps can't zoom in that much. I don't know why. They just can't zoom in as much as I would like to. The last app could barely zoom in, and then this app can zoom in a little bit more. Now I know it's something really bad. You can't access the color wheel without having to pay. So that was the only downfall to this app. So yeah. I kept trying to figure out if there was a way around it. Watch an ad or something, but there was no way around it, so you just can't access the color wheel. And the variety of colors they gave us isn't that much, so I couldn't do any really detailed shading, but I decided to shade the kitty a little bit to show that the kitty has fur. It's a fluffy kitty. As you can see here, I tried a little bit something new, but it kind of looks ugly, so bear with me. Now this is the place I struggled with so much. I was doing the kitty thing, and I wasn't figuring out how to lower the opacity of the layer, because I wanted to put the blue circle in front of the kitty, but then lower the opacity. Then I also tried to make the UFO part, but I wanted to make it thicker, and the only way I could see to make it thicker was duplicate it and put it underneath, which was so confusing. I don't even get. So here I was just trying to make it thicker, but right now it just looks like a ball with a cast shadow. So I was trying to fix that, which took me a long time because I was wait, where is everything? I was trying to think what I should do because I was so confused. Now over here, I just realized I was just trying to go, so I decided to make this part light and this part bottom, which like I'm so bad at explaining what I'm doing when I'm doing art. Like I'm so bad at explaining what I'm thinking to do. So just like if I'm speaking gibberish and you cannot understand what I'm like going through, just watch and trust the process, please. So here I may have to make the bottom a little bit thicker to make room for like the lights. I made it like a little silly one, not a detailed UFO, because I was kind of rushing. Also here I kind of struggled too because I didn't have a lot of color options. I just decided to do back and forth between purple and like a rouge color. It ended up actually looking pretty nice with the shading I did for the buttons. It kind of ended up looking nice. I just did like a reflective shading that was reflecting from the other buttons, which turned out not bad. So it was looking pretty good. All I needed to do was add some final touches and details, and it would look pretty good. Now the way this app works is like you draw like little stickers, then once you're done, you click the done button, and then like you're able to like move them around. And the cool thing about this is that you have like an infinity amount of space. And this tutorial is super easy. It makes it like more understandable because I was like so confused at first. There was also this like thing I was having a problem with. It was mostly just because I was stupid. I kept trying to drag it to move it, but instead of like move the entire thing, like I don't know what I'm trying to say, like it's weird to explain, but I was just stupid. I was dragging it from the wrong place. I was meant to drag it from the point, which I didn't. So now I was over here trying to make some stars to move across it, the scene, because I wanted this specific star to be like a shooting star. And I realize now that I should have probably added like a little line to make it a little bit more detailed or something like that. And I was also trying to figure out how to graph on this because I thought you might graph, but I realized that you were not able to graph, so that's a bummer. But this app is designed for kids, so that's probably why you can't graph. Now over here, I also realized that you cannot blend, which I wanted to do some blending, so I realized I couldn't. And I got super confused with this moon part because I thought it would look good if I spun it a billion times, and then I did 2 points for the moving part. But look at that, that does not look good. That looks so choppy. So then I had to run to fix it. I had to delete a point, so that like messed me up so bad. So yeah, you can watch me desperately try to fix the moon. Here, I'm just trying to add finishing touches to my tweet/animation. I'm just trying to smooth out some stuff and try out some details. I noticed a lot of funky looking icons that I'll probably be experimenting with off camera. But I'm actually really enjoying this app. It's pretty fun. Now for the final part, I'm just playing it back, seeing how it looks, and just trying to make it look good. I could have definitely done a lot better. This app is like intermediate-ish beginner. It's easy to use and can have a lot of things done with this app. I also saw that you're able to like rig an avatar, so really check it out if you're interested in that type of stuff. Now for our final app of the day, we'll be using Animation Desk. I've heard of this app and a lot of people really seem to like it, but to me it's just another flip a clip app and I don't really like flip a clip. This app is just so weird the way it runs and goes. It literally goes exactly like flip a clip. There's literally no difference. So whichever one you like the layout of better between those two, like that's just the one. I did, however, like how I could change the opacity of my brush, and there was a lot more color customization in this app, which I found pretty useful. For this animation, I was thinking like a tree falling down, which was kind of basic, but yet again, all of these apps are kind of basic. I got really stuck because I drew the branch on the background layer, but on the background layer, you can't like move the background between frames. So I found that really confusing because why can I not move the background? Because like for example, if I'm on the first frame and I do the background as like a horsey, and then I go on the second frame and I change the background to like a square, all of them are going to change to square on all the frames. Now over here, as you can see, I was so confused on the lassoing tool, because when you lasso, I didn't know you had to click cut for like to be able to move it. I just thought you had to lasso it. It turned out you didn't. You had to like click cut, which was so confusing. Like that makes no sense. But you know, whatever the way the app works. So then I finally figured it out after like 10 tries. Also, something else I noticed was that there was a lot more brushes, which I really liked. Although I didn't use a lot of them, I only stuck to one brush. But I will try to use some more brushes next time I do one of these.
Chasing after innocent love, but I've been wasting so much time living on cloud nine. Am I the only one who dreamed this up?
So now all I had to do, since I had already drawn the tree, was like go on the layers of the tree and then like rotate them to fall. As I continued the app, I got really better actually. I decided to use the background layer as the roots of the tree. So because the root didn't move, so then I made the stem on layer 3. So the stem would like rotate down. So my plan was to rotate the stem down all the way till it went to the floor. And then like go ahead and like rotate layer 1 all the way down until it gets to the floor, and layer 2. I struggled so much with the ruler, cause like the ruler is one of those rulers that like stay stuck with the screen, so you have to like kind of rotate your screen to move the ruler, which like was like confusing because usually like the ruler is its own separate. I use like a rotational tool to rotate it, but this was different. I'm not hating on it. It's not bad, it's just not what I'm used to. You know, here I'm just like copying it and like rotating the stem until it falls to the ground. And then I'm just gonna repeat this over and over again. And then I will go with the second layer, and then the third, and then end off the animation like that.
When I'm falling asleep,
Now I was starting to see why people like this app. It was kind of bad at first because I was super bad at it and did not understand any of the controls. But I'm so happy it crashed on me, because if it didn't crash on me, I would have not taken a second to kind of learn the app. So that was pretty good for me. The app started getting easier to use and handle with as I went along with. Like, it wasn't buggy on me as much as it was in the beginning. So I think my iPad was getting used to all the app controls. Now I was just redoing what I did with the branch, and I was just moving the leaves with it, which was probably the easiest part of this. It was just so relaxing, just rotating it to match with the branch. It was so easy. You don't know how relieved I was when this was all I had to do. Oh my gosh, this app was I had really bad expectations. This totally crushed them, even though they were really good. But I think this app is safe to say that it could be it. I would say it's for people who have experience, but not professional. You could use this in a professional way, but I feel like it would be kind of hard because the tools are limited. Although something I noticed more to the end when I was exporting my animation was that you could remove the watermark only by just signing in, which I think is a huge upgrade from stuff like FlipStudio and other apps.